Good day. This presentation is looking at the BST Premium Evaluation Dashboard. Basic assumptions of this analytic is that the herd is already on BST and one is evaluating whether to go off BST in terms of a milk premium being offered for not using the product. What you need to know is what is a estimated milk response to BST. One can get this from the literature. What is the annual expenditure for BST? This might come from an annual expense report from the herd. What is the cost per dose per cow? What is the milk sold per cow per year? What is the marginal feed cost per pound of milk produced? What is the milk price per hundredweight? What is the labor cost per hour? And what is the administration time in terms of hours per 14-day interval of injection? Once one has this information, one can enter it into the analytic. You can see here on the left we have all of the parameters. So one enters the herd size, the milk response, the pounds of milk sold, the marginal feed cost per pound of milk, the milk price, the price of a dose of BST for a 14-day interval, a annual cost of BST that the herd has used historically, and what is the labor cost and the administration time. Each of these boxes that are in yellow, the user can either change the values by using the slider. So if I wanted to change the response, I could easily slide here on the slider box for BST, or one can click on the box and increment, and notice that the value of the milk response is incrementing in tenths. Or if I double click on it, I can then enter in a absolute value. So here I'll put in 8 pounds of milk response. And any of these yellow cells has that same attribute. Once we know what the milk response is, and we know how many dosages of BST are used because we know what the annual expenditure of BST was for the herd, and we know the dose costs, we then can estimate the amount of milk sold per cow that would be when the herd is off BST. We could also estimate the percentage of the herd on BST. On the right side we have a graph that looks at a partial budget in terms of the decision to take the premium or to use BST. So if we take the premium, we're going to see the premium value applied to all the hundredweights of milk that the herd has produced, and the premium value is up above here and can be changed. Below that we have a graph that shows the BST use strategy. We have, of course, a feed cost associated with the BST and a cost of using BST, and there's a small labor part that is barely visible. And on the right we have the net of that strategy. So the net in terms of using BST is $137,000 versus the net of taking the premium is $108,000. So I'm netting by using BST about $37 per cow per year above the use of the premium. Now, of course, if we make the premium more lucrative, we can see that that value will increment up, and now the decision switches, and the decision would be to select the premium. Of course, this would change if the milk price was slightly higher. Now we see that the use of the BST would be warranted, and what the value would be per cow. One can also look at the estimated milk per cow in terms of what components coming from BST on a per cow basis or on a milk per herd basis. But perhaps for decision making, the net value screen is the most informative. And of course, this decision is all changed by what one enters here on the left in terms of having a sensitivity on the decision. Thank you.